And welcome everyone to another episode of Fishing with Joe. Today I'm going to show you how to fillet a nice big Wisconsin bluegill. These bluegills were caught through the ice today, and they're going to make a wonderful meal. So I got a nice 8.5 inch bluegill right here, and I'll show you how to fillet it. Alright, here we go. We'll start with one side. Now make sure you have a very sharp knife. On another episode of Fishing with Joe, I'll show you how to sharpen this knife so it's very, very sharp. Okay, we're going to start with the knife and make a cut right here behind the head. When I cut behind the head, I'm going to try to keep this knife pretty much flat with the body of the fish. On the top, I'm going to cut straight through. But on the bottom right here, I'll just cut through the skin like that. That's the first cut. Next, I'll turn the fish and we're going to make a cut all the way along the top. Usually what I do is I make a little sawing action like this, and then pretty much do everything with the tip of the knife. See how I make that nice cut right along the top fin. Now as you're cutting down deeper, you'll feel clicks, which is the top of the rib cage. That's what you want to do. Keep going along the top of the rib cage until your knife will go straight through. See how flat I'm holding the knife? Make the knife go straight through flat, like that. Here's the top of the rib cage, here's the back of the rib cage. Now this part, the tail section, you can cut down as deep as you want, because there's no rib cage right there, all the way through to the tail. Perfect start. Okay, now you can see right there what I've got. I've got the top of the rib cage meat, the back of the rib cage, and the only thing we need to do now is to take our knife and go over the top of the rib cage. Again, I'm just going to use the tip of the knife and pretty much keep it flat or parallel with the fish. Make short cuts and just follow the top of the rib cage. Now when you get over the top and you start on the rib cage and you get about halfway through, now the rib cage is going to turn down, so you got to turn your knife like that so you get the meat below the rib cage. Just like that. There it is. Take a look at that. There's hardly any meat at all that is wasted. And there's a nice bluegill fillet. Okay, now we can skin this bluegill. Only skin, I always start from the tail section. Again, I keep the knife pretty much flat to the cutting board. Angle it just a little bit to get it started. Angle it a little bit down. And I'm going to use a sawing action when I skin. Just like that. When you get about 2 or 3 inches, move your fingers up, push down, and do it again. Move your fingers up, push down, saw straight through. And there's your fillet. Look at that bluegill fillet. Beautiful. We'll do the other side now. Turn it over. Same action. We'll cut behind the head. Keep it pretty much flat. When we get up top, we're going to go straight down. What I like to do is I like to get that top cut started a little bit with the tip. Little sawing action, keeping it pretty much the same shape as the top fin. Cut down there. I'm feeling the clicks at the top of the rib cage. Okay, see that? All right, now we'll take the knife and we'll follow the top of the rib cage. Click, 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 click until there's no more clicks anymore. Now you're at the end of the rib cage. Push your knife pretty much straight through, and it'll come out the bottom. Tilt it. This part you just saw off like that, and the last thing you do is lift it up and start cutting over the top of the rib cage. 1 cut, 2 cuts. Make sure you angle it so you get below the rib cage, and then whatever you want on the belly meat, that's what you cut off. There, and I'll take a look at that fish. There is no wasted meat on there at all. That is a beautiful fillet. I'll throw it in my bucket and I will skin this the exact same way. Kind of a sawing action. Very flat, angled a little bit down. Just like that. There you go. Look at that fillet. That is a wonderful fillet. And the 2 skins are done. That's how you fillet a bluegill.